Sasrikadi, Namaste, and hello. Welcome back to Savita Arya show, SAS, once again. I'm Savita, and as usual, I try to bring as many good artists on my podcast so that we can obviously have a good conversation with them and get to know more about their work. And so in today's interview, I am actually looking forward to this because obviously as my podcast is based in UK, so we have a UK actress model, and it is Amy Maghera, also known as Amrit Maghera. So let's touch base with her so that we can get to know more about her. So hello, Amy.
Hi, thanks so much for having me on your podcast.
No, thank you for taking the special time out. I know there's a very big difference because you're in
LA.
LA, so there's a big difference, but thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. I'm glad we managed it.
Yeah, that's the main thing. So obviously, Amy, obviously many people probably know you as Amrit. But I just want to know, like, because obviously you're born in UK, you're from UK. If you could just let a bit about, our listeners and viewers, just a bit about your background, where your family belongs from, where you actually belong from, and where you resonate from.
So my dad is English and Scottish and a bit Irish, and my
Okay.
mum is from Punjab. So my mum is Indian, and she was actually born in Singapore, and then lived in India until she was 8, and then they came over to England on a boat, and she's been in England ever since. Met my dad when she was at college, and yeah, here I am.
Oh, that's amazing. How long have you been shifted to like LA?
Yeah, so I know my life's been a bit of a crazy journey. So I spent most of it in England, and then I actually lived in India, in Mumbai, for
Yeah.
about 6 years, I think it was. And then I moved back to England, and then moved out to LA. And I think there was always like a seed planted in my head that I would love to
Yeah.
end up in LA, but I just didn't know how it was going to happen.
Yeah.
And I knew that I needed a certain resume and certain credits for my artist visa to get out here to LA
Mm.
and for it all to make sense. So I had a best friend who was living in LA, and she said to me, "Why don't you come and just kind of stay with me for a few weeks and just see how it goes?" And so
Yeah.
that's what I did. I
Oh,
just
that's
did
brilliant.
it bit by bit, baby steps.
It's good. You managed to see all sides now, so it's good in a
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
So if we go a bit back, because obviously, looking at you, obviously the work you've done over the years, you've actually done it in different ways and worked with different people as well. If we go a bit back in your early days, a bit of a throwback. So how did you actually get into like modeling and acting? How did it all start? Is that something you done career-wise or?
How did I get into it? I remember I was at university and I was studying performing arts because I didn't know which field I wanted to go into. I didn't know whether it was dance or whether it was acting. I really wasn't sure. So I decided to do a degree that encompassed all of it. And at the time, do you remember like Asian Bride magazine and Asian Women
Yes, yes,
magazine? Yeah,
yes.
so that was it was really big at the time. I mean, in in this world, the world that I was in, and my boyfriend at the time encouraged me to take some pictures and send them to the magazine, and so I kind of did, but I didn't think that I would hear
Yeah.
anything back, and then they called me to go in and yeah, do some shoots for them and stuff, and I think that was kind of where it started. And I had a really good friend at the time who was very ambitious and really had her head screwed on, and she was doing auditions even while she was at university, dance auditions for music videos and stuff like that, girl bands. And I kind of took a leaf out of her book and also started doing that at a very young age, when I
Okay.
was at
Yeah.
university. So yeah, it
Yeah,
all
that's
happened
right.
from there.
Yeah. And then how was the change for you? Because then you went to Mumbai and then
Yeah.
you actually modeled for big brands that time as well. So how was that change for you from being a obviously UK born, girl and then suddenly you're having to go to Mumbai. So how was that
Yeah.
change for you?
Oh God, it was absolutely nuts. I mean, it really, really was because it was such a culture shock for me. I never, ever, ever thought that I would end up living in Mumbai. I mean, I'd been to Delhi once as a
Yeah.
16-year-old, and I remember getting really bad food poisoning. I
Oh
mean, I'm
gosh.
sure people
Yeah.
can relate, but
Yeah.
yeah, I just could have never pictured that I would have been going there as an adult and living there and working there. Um, so the change was really hard because number one, I didn't speak the language when I first got
Yeah.
there. I didn't have family there. I had one aunt in Delhi, I think, at the time, but that's
Yeah.
obviously in a different place to Mumbai. And so I didn't have a big support network in the slightest, but I did have an agency who kind of they looked after me, but they also just there was a bit of like just seeing if I could
Yeah.
throwing me in the deep end, seeing if I could swim.
I can
So
understand because obviously with the language as well, you have to pick what with the language that can sometimes be a bit of a barrier.
it definitely was at first, but then I actually had a Hindi teacher who would come and teach me 3 times a week, and I was really determined to learn the language. I think not
Yeah.
only for work opportunities, but also because I wanted to be able to speak to my grandparents who were alive at the time, who,
Oh,
even though they lived in the UK, they only
yeah.
spoke Punjabi and Hindi. Yeah,
Yeah.
but they didn't speak much English. So I just had this like real determination that I was going to learn the language.
Yeah. How are you, if you were to know how Amy is in real life, do you sometimes resonate with like the culture? Do you love the food?
Oh, yeah.
And like the
Oh my gosh,
outfits and stuff?
yeah, I love everything about it. I mean, even though I was born and brought
Yeah.
up in the UK, my Indian side of the family, they really brought everything, all the amazing stuff that the culture offers. They just are the epitome of it. They're so welcoming. We have family
Yeah.
functions all of the time. I've got loads of cousins who are all, my really good friends. And we have like mountains of food and Bhangra music. We have lots of dancing
Yeah.
and things like that. Yeah, so I absolutely love the culture, and I definitely want to embed it in the culture that I'm bringing my children into as well. It's important to me.
Of course, that's good. So if I was to take you a bit about back down to like memory lane, because obviously some of our viewers might resonate. So if we were to talk about like the Hindi side of the like Bollywood movies, there was a movie called Yuvraj, if I'm not wrong,
Yeah.
back in 2008. That was with Salman Khan and Katrina. So how was, if you just tell a bit about how was that experience? Would you say it's quite
Um,
different compared to others, like UK
yeah.
work?
Yes, it was so different. I mean, I was really excited to get that role. Yeah, I was really, really grateful for that opportunity, and it was amazing. I got to go to Austria and I got to work with all these big, big stars.
Can be hard for like artists that are from outside coming to a bigger project. But how would you say if we were to switch to like your Punjabi movie experience, like Goreyan Nu Daffa Karo,
Yeah.
how is that with Amrinder Gill?
Oh my God, it was incredible. I loved working with him. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think he was very dedicated, very hardworking. It really mattered to him that he did a good job. And he was, yeah, just really, really fun to work with and very patient with me because, again, it was another language, but this
yeah,
time I did know my lines and I was given the script before and I knew my role and I was more confident, I guess,
yeah.
with acting. And so, yeah, I loved working with him. It was very fun. He was very easy to work with.
Easy to work with. That's.
Yeah, yeah,
And then if we switch back to obviously we know you from like Skater Girl, that was one of your very successful projects. Um, so now moving from like you've touched based Hindi movies, Bollywood, and then Punjabi, and then also like Western. How was the Skater Girl experience for you? How did that come across to you?
it was such a special experience and one that I will treasure forever because I
Yeah,
got to go to a part of India that I'd not really been to before in Rajasthan, and I got to go to
yeah,
the tiniest village ever where they built this amazing skate park for the film, but it really, really did change the lives of the children that lived there
yeah,
because they were able to have this hobby and this outlet and this this amazing place to go after school, or whether they didn't go to school, like, all of the children, no matter what background they were from. And the producers they're just such amazing, generous people, because they really took a lot of those children in that village under their wing, because not, they were in the film as well, and they wanted to take care of them, but also educate them, and just help them. And it was just such a pleasure to be involved in that and to get to know those children. I will never ever
course.
forget it.
Yeah, and it was a lovely message and very interesting story that kind of touched people. So it's really good.
Thank you. Yeah, I really loved doing that movie and working with the director, Manjari. That was yeah, she's
Yeah.
still a good friend.
Oh, good. So if I was to ask you, you personally, like, what does Amy like in role wise? What kind of roles would you say relate to or you enjoy over like, if you were to give an example, like any of the examples you've played or done roles of which you enjoyed, and you think it resonates with you?
Yeah, I think I don't know how to
Yeah.
articulate this, but I love playing roles that are really to do with, I think, being a woman really interests me. Like recently I played a therapist who was a therapist to a woman who was kind of experiencing some postpartum depression. And
Okay.
I don't know, it's very, very niche, but I loved that. And I loved doing Angry Indian Goddesses, which is, of course, all about being a woman and the things that you go through
Yeah.
and the things that can be deeply unfair. I don't want to bang on about,
Of course. Yeah.
the genders or whatever, but yeah, I'm interested in doing playing characters, sorry, who are vulnerable but also strong.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
bold characters.
Yeah, bold characters,
Yeah.
but also who have vulnerability, and yeah, layered,
Yeah.
complex characters, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I think in the future I would love to play maybe not such a nice person. Like I'd
Yeah.
like to play someone who, I don't know,
Yeah.
has a mean streak,
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah, but
Different
for a
shade.
reason. Yeah.
No, that's good. So, what have you grown up watching? And
The movies that I grew up watching were stuff like, I mean, I used to love Supergirl.
oh,
That was
okay,
one of my favorites as a child.
that's bold.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
E.T. Oh God, I remember watching that movie and crying my eyes out.
Yeah.
My mum was a fan of Grease, so I used to watch that.
Yeah.
Um, I'm trying to think what else. And it wasn't until I was about 20 or maybe 18 that I saw my first Bollywood movie.
Okay.
Yeah, so I saw Devdas,
Oh,
with Aishwarya Rai, and
yeah.
I was so fascinated. I was just completely blown away by it. Like
Yeah.
the how grand it was,
The
all the
aura.
colors, the dancing, just everything about it. Was-
Yeah, it
yeah.
is. It is totally. I guess where you probably know the difference, whereas Bollywood can be very like it has to be just over the top and like proper just out there. So like
Yeah.
obviously Devda, so that the audience can just get into the emotion.
Yeah, exactly. But I think what I loved was, I think, coming from a dance background and just seeing this explosion of
Yeah.
choreography, and just choreography that I just on another level that I'd never
Yeah.
seen before. Yeah.
Yes, I know. No, it is good to see, and it's good to know that you've actually resonated yourself and you've done like dancing, modeling, acting, kind of all together, which is really good to know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's been definite a definite journey for me.
Yeah. So, Amy, moving on to obviously like brands, like we touched base before. So, you actually started modeling for very well-known brands like Lakme, and that's a very well-known brand, especially in India. Even today, like people just stand by it. So,
Yeah.
how was that experience for you for modeling for such a big brand?
That was one of the best experiences that I've had. I mean, in my life, and also, I was going to say in India, but actually, yeah, in my life, because it was just such a huge deal, and it was just something that happened so early on, and I've always had a really good relationship with that brand. Like even now, they asked me to go back for I think they had a 50th anniversary for their
Oh,
Lakme Fashion Week. I wasn't able to because I was very early on in my pregnancy, and obviously it's like 24 hours flight or something like that, so I couldn't go.
yeah,
But yeah, that they're just the CEO at the time, Anil Chopra, he's just always been such I'd say a bit of a mentor really in
yeah,
my early career. And yeah, it was just amazing because I got to go to all sorts of places all around India to do promotional tours and shoots and be part of Lakme Fashion Week and work with, such huge photographers and TV commercial
yeah,
directors and huge designers like Manish Malhotra and like just off the top of my head
yeah,
and Anna Khanna and yeah, I got to go to Thailand and shoot with international directors as well. And that really helped me, I think, to realize that I wanted to get into acting.
yeah.
Yeah, it really, really did to shoot such a large number of TV commercials and realize that I could
Cool.
bring in my own personality and stuff.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, this is really fun. I would love
yeah,
to do this. Um, on a in films and TV
yeah.
and
That's really good to know. So, what would you say you personally enjoyed? Like, have you enjoyed modeling or acting, dancing? Because you've done a lot of dancing as well for like songs and movies. So,
yeah.
what would you say you've enjoyed a lot, or is it all three?
I think when I can take on a character is my favorite. So
Yeah,
my least favorite was probably walking for Lakme Fashion Week.
yeah,
But my most favorite is yeah, doing TV commercials and playing a character in films, especially a character that I can get my teeth into and that I feel like I know and
yeah.
I can portray that. Yeah, I feel like for me that there's nothing better than that. Than that's a way that I express
Of
myself.
course. Of course, yeah. Amy, if I was to ask you a question, because obviously you're from UK, born here, and you know how things work now, and you've experienced a lot as well. So, what advice would you like to give that people that can resonate with you that are born in UK and probably want to make a career in this field? What would your advice be, or what have you learned from your experiences?
I oh my God, that's so difficult to distill into a nutshell. I think my one piece of advice that comes to my head right now is and I need to remember this, is
Yeah.
to just be really strong in yourself
Okay.
and like just try and shut out the noise because as much as people can be really, really positive, you can also experience people who maybe don't necessarily believe in your vision or something like that, or just have, I don't know, or maybe they do completely believe it. But the most important thing is for you to go inside and know what your vision is. And I don't know how other people do that, but for me, I've always written a journal. And so
Yeah.
I've always been like my own counselor, like, oh, this is what you need to do, Amy. When I've just like rambled on complaining about a problem and then I kind of try and flip it and just tell myself what I should do rather than go to other
Yeah.
people and just write about and think about what it is that and daydream about the things that I wanted to do and do it in a kind way as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I think that's really true. What you've said is strong. You do have to be strong if you want to get into this because there will be boundaries, I guess. Not everything, and patience as well. You probably know because you can't get everything like just so quickly.
No,
You
you
probably have to
can't.
have a lot of patience. You don't know when you can get what role, what you can't get. Sometimes I've heard people get into the work, but then nothing really happens. Like sometimes initially work is spoken about and done, but then nothing really happens after. So you are right. You do have to be really strong in this.
You really, really do. Yeah. And I think knowing yourself is really important as well. Knowing who you are and what you stand for and what your dreams are. Yeah, it's important. And but it is hard because there's so much to balance in life as
Yeah.
well. But I think just taking that time for yourself to, have your own thoughts and just like sit with what you really want to do and who you are just helps so much. And I'm telling myself that too.
Yeah, no, it's good. It is definitely needed. So moving on to like if we talk about India, what else have you loved about India? When's the last time you've been actually? How long has it
My
been?
goodness, when's the last time I went? I think it was for some of the reshoots for Skater Girl, and that was in
Okay.
2019, I believe. I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So it was then, and it was just a very flying visit. I went for about 3 days, and just quickly did whatever needed to be done,
Oh,
and then yeah, that was it. And then obviously the pandemic happened, and I've since had two babies. So I would absolutely love to go back again one day
yeah.
soon. Yeah, yeah.
Would you like your children to see India as well at some point?
Yeah,
Oh, that would be good.
definitely. I think they'd love it. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
been playing Bhangra to them recently and they've been dancing around.
Do you ever listen to like Punjabi music or
Yeah,
you
yeah,
do?
absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I
That's
put it on YouTube and then they start dancing. Yeah, they love dancing and they love music and I
oh,
think it's
that's
in their blood.
yeah, that's really good. So if we talk about food, what food do you enjoy like in like Indian or Punjabi food? If we
I actually have started to make dal and rice, and my
oh,
children love that. They love it so
really?
much. Yeah, and because I don't have my family here in LA, they're all in London, and I do see them, but just when I'm here, obviously there's no one to make it for
Yeah.
me. So
Yeah.
I'm having to learn to make it myself, which is good. I'm
Yeah.
glad I'm learning how to make it.
I'm glad you're making sure they enjoy dal
Oh
because
yeah,
because obviously like us Asians when we're having Punjabi food every day,
yeah. They're
uh,
like, oh, not
dal
again.
dal would be the one that's like towards
Yeah, like.
that's not a daily thing.
I
But
know, but you know what? It's always been like that for me because whenever I went to my cousins' houses,
yeah,
our parents would be like, "What do you want to eat?" And my cousins would all be like, "Pasta! We want
yeah.
pasta!" Because they had dal chol every single day, and I'd be like, "Well, I actually want dal chol."
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's good. What about have you tried like other stuff like sag and like
Yeah,
curry and all of
I
that?
don't make sag though. I can't, but
Yeah.
I will. Maybe that's my next thing to try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh, all of it. All of
yeah.
it. I love. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. So what else are your hobbies? If you were to tell us a bit about your hobbies.
My hobbies are I love reading.
Oh,
I love to do that. I don't get much time right now, but that's my way to relax.
yeah.
Yoga. Yeah, I
That's
practice
good.
yoga. That
So
helps me.
how
Pardon?
do you balance everything? Because you've got family and then
I don't know. I don't
working.
know. And I'm not sure. I just
Yeah.
slowly go insane, but no, not really.
Yeah.
I guess I just try and do like one thing at a
Yeah.
time, and
That's
yeah, it's not always possible to do
yeah.
everything, and it's hard to accept that, but
Yeah.
it's the
So
ultimate lesson.
of course, yeah. So if you were to know what are your plans, anything we'll be seeing in the upcoming, like now it's 2026. So what are your plans for
Yeah.
this year or are you still continuing? Do you still want to continue in like in this
Yeah.
profession and just go
Oh,
ahead?
absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I love this profession. I don't think I could ever leave it. I mean, I say that now, who knows? But right now, that's how I feel. I have a 1 year old, so I'm with her right now, but yeah, definitely getting back into things slowly and excited about the future. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of voiceover recently, which I've been able to do while I've been looking after my children.
Okay.
So yeah, that's been an outlet for me, a creative outlet, doing all these video games and stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm looking forward to the next thing and the next role that I can get my teeth into.
Oh, that's really good. And any plan, when's the last time you've been to UK? How long
To
has
the
it been?
UK. I was there last July and we're
Oh,
going
okay.
again in March.
Oh,
So
that's nice. So you do
yeah,
come regularly.
yeah. I have to, maintain those connections with family and friends. Yeah.
So what city in UK is your like home base or
I'm originally from Milton Keynes, so my parents
Mhm.
live there. Yeah. And then I have a lot of family and friends around London.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. That's perfect. So,
Yeah. Where are you?
I'm actually based in Coventry,
Oh yeah.
which is near Birmingham. But sometimes I do like travel to the other cities like London and stuff. But
Yeah.
Milton Keynes is a lovely city. You know
Is it?
it is. I love going there. As a family, we love going there because
Oh, okay.
you probably know the massive mall. It's like an airport size mall.
Yeah. I grew up going to that mall.
Have you? Has it always
Yeah.
been there?
Yeah, it's always been there, but it's got bigger.
It doesn't seem. It seems as if we're in a different place because the mall was absolutely massive. It's like an airport size mall.
I'm really happy to hear you compliment Milton Keynes because that does not happen. When
Really?
I say I'm from Milton Keynes, people are like, "Oh God," you know,
No, we love
places
going
around
there.
it.
Also, Amy, talking about Hollyoaks, which was a wonderful project as well. So tell a bit about that, how that experience was for you.
Oh, I mean, yeah, doing Hollyoaks, that was an amazing experience as well, and something that I used to watch as a 14-year-old girl.
Yeah.
So being able to be part of that soap opera for a couple of years was, yeah, it was a dream. It really was, and the people are just lovely, and I got to do some challenging stuff. My storyline really developed when I was there. And I loved every minute of it. And it was hard to leave. It was definitely hard to leave, but I knew that I wanted to pursue other things and
Yeah. Oh.
kind of get out there into the world.
Yeah, of course, I can imagine. So, you know what? I just randomly want to ask this question. So, obviously, because your family was here and everything, but when you had to travel for projects, would you usually go alone? Like, since you're really, even
Yeah, I
for the
mean,
first project,
even for what?
even for like your first project, like Mumbai, did you go
Yeah,
alone?
I was alone. Yeah, so I think I know my mum must have been going out of her mind, worrying. I
Oh,
used to speak to her every day, and again, I wasn't like, oh, I'm going here for 6 years. I just said I'm going to go for 6 months, 6 weeks. We'll see how it goes. And then I ended up signing Lakme, and then I ended up doing Your Vraj, and then one thing led to another, and then my mum would come and see me intermittently and just make sure that I was okay. And I
oh,
had that auntie that lived in Delhi, so she would kind of
yeah,
keep tabs on me as well. But yeah, I was kind of like out there in the
yeah.
middle of India. But you know what? It shaped me. It really, really did. And I knew that I could always go home. I knew that they were always on the end of the phone.
Yeah, of course. No, that's really good to know. I guess that's what makes you strong, like when you face things yourself and things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
And
but yeah, thank you so much, Amy. And anything else you'd like to give advice on or just tell anything to our viewers?
just to say, like, thanks for supporting me with all these crazy different things and different industries that I've been in.
Yeah.
And I'm really looking forward to the next thing. Yeah, I'm really excited about the future. And thank you for having me on your podcast,
Thank
Savita.
you.
Yeah,
Oh, thank you so much. And I thank you for being here and taking the time out. So it's been really nice connecting with you and speaking to you.
too.